This is an atheist, and he has a question. If God loves everyone, including non-believers, then why does he send them to hell? Well, that's a good question. Let's imagine a situation. In this situation, we have a man. Let's call him Steve. Now, Steve has a house, and one day this house catches on fire. So the firefighter shows up and says, "Come on, Steve, let me get you out of here." Steve says, "Nah, I'm chilling, I kinda like it in here." So the firefighter says, "If you don't let me get you out of here, then you're gonna die. You're literally cooked, bro." So Steve says, "Womp womp, I guess. I'm just gonna die." The firefighter is utterly baffled. He's a bit bamboozled, and he's completely confused. But Steve is continuing to resist his effort to save him, and Steve just wants to stay in the house and burn to death. So there's nothing he can do, and the firefighter just leaves. Now the firefighter, of course, tried to save Steve. He told him to get out, and he tried to get him out, but Steve refused to listen, and Steve wanted to stay in the burning house. So Steve, of course, does stay in the burning house, and Steve burns to death. Now, let's ask ourselves a question. Did the firefighter kill Steve? You might say, "Of course not, you silly goose. Why would we say the firefighter killed Steve?" Well, if we wouldn't say the firefighter killed Steve, then why would we say God sends people to hell? You see, in the house fire scenario, Steve represents us. The house represents our lives, and fire represents sin. The firefighter represents God. You see, in our house fire scenario, sin, represented by the fire, consumes our lives, which is represented by the house. And God, who's represented by the firefighter, offers to save us, and we're represented by Steve. Now, if we reject God, which is represented by Steve staying inside of the house, then we are choosing to be consumed by sin, which is represented by Steve choosing to stay inside the burning house. Now, if sin, represented by the fire, consumes our lives, which is represented by the house, then we, who are represented by Steve, will die, which is represented by the fire killing Steve. Now, Steve dying in the house fire in this scenario is exactly the same as us dying and going to hell after we reject God and sin consumes us. So this begs the question, if we don't say the firefighter killed Steve, how can we say God sends people to hell?